Hello everyone, I am Niharika. Welcome back to a new lesson. Well, in today's lesson, we are going to look at some terms or some phrases to talk about your work time or your work hours. Now, what is work time? Now, of course, it's the period that you end up spending doing work, and of course you're paid for it. So if you go to work, then you need to know to talk about your work time or your working hours, right? So that's what we are going to learn in today's lesson. We're going to look at some words and phrases that would help you to talk about the hours that you slog for. That you work for. So let's get started. So the very first thing that we have here on the board is starting and leaving time. So very common question that is asked when you end up meeting someone is, what are your work hours or what's your work time? So you're going to talk about the start time and then you're going to mention the time that you leave, okay? The time that you head back to home, okay? So you're gonna say, for example, you start work at 8 a.m., okay? And probably you are done by 5. So you're gonna say, I start around 8 and then I head back home by 5. So either you can say I head back home at 5 or you can say I leave at 5. Okay, or I am done at 5. So this is a very common way of telling about your working hours to someone that you meet. Okay, the next one is 9 to 5. Now 9 to 5 can be used in a positive way and of course in a negative way as well. Well, are you surprised? I'm going to tell you how. Well, firstly, 9 to 5, it means it's just standard daytime office job. Now, in many countries, the working hours differ. Like, it depends on the kind of job that you do, or it depends on the location, or it also depends on your lifestyle choices. So, but then, worldwide, 9 to 5 is the standard working hours for a regular day job. Okay, so if you end up saying that, I just have a 9 to 5 job, it means that you have a very nice and you don't really have to worry too much. It's just a perfect 9 to 5 job. You don't do a lot of overtime or you don't have to spend a lot of hours doing something at work. So it's just a plain basic 9 to 5 job that you have. But it is also used in a negative way. Now, probably for many people, a 9 to 5 job is not very exciting. So people would just say, I just have a regular 9 to 5 job. So which means it's quite boring, okay? It's just because I have to make money, so I work 9 to 5. So not many people really enjoy doing their job, and when they say it in this way that it's just a regular 9 to 5 job, then it is considered to be a little negative, okay? So that's the way you can use this phrase. The next one is full-time. So when you go online to look for jobs, you would always get an option that if you're looking for a full-time job, these are your options. If you're looking at a part-time job, then these are your options, okay? So basically full-time is wherein you work for 5 days and 8 hours. So it comes to around 40 hours a week, okay? Well, worldwide, 40 to 44 hours is considered to be perfect for full-timers, but not in France. So I envy the French. For a full-timer, it's just 35 hours. Isn't that awesome? So, well, anyways, in most of the countries, it's 5 days and 8 hours a day, basically. So it's around 40 hours a week. So that's for a full-timer. And for part-timers, it's working for less number of hours as compared to a full-timer. So part-time is few hours a week. So many times part-timers do not get a lot of money as compared to full-timers. Well, of course, because you're not really slogging, so it's just that you're working for a few hours, and it's perfect for students, in fact. So the people who are studying and doing a job, then a part-time job would be perfect, right? The next one is overtime. I hate it, totally. Well, overtime is, when you want to just prove that, yes, you are very hardworking, then you work for extra hours. So the people who work for extra hours, well, these extra hours are called as overtime. So, so basically, if you want to impress your boss, or if you really love your job, then yes, people do work for extra hours. Many companies pay for overtime, and many companies don't. So if your company does, then yes, maybe you can work overtime happily. If they don't, it's up to you. So well, anyways, overtime is the extra hours that you put in, okay? Then we have time off in lieu. Now, what does this mean? Now, the people who work for extra hours, who put in extra hours, they can compensate by taking an off. Okay, so basically, if I have worked or I have put in 4 hours, okay, extra hours, then probably I can take a half a day the next day. Okay, so basically, you can take time off for the hours that you have already worked, okay, for the extra hours that you have already put in. So that's time off in lieu. Right? If you want to use it in a sentence, then probably, say for example, last week you put in 8 extra hours, okay? And you would like to compensate it now. Now you would like to go ahead and take a break for the next 8 hours. So you're going to tell your boss that I need some time off in lieu. So which means he or she will understand that you had already put in extra hours, and now you would like to compensate that hours that you worked for, okay, by taking a break, right? Then the next one is sabbatical. Many people do get confused. Sabbatical is a very common term used for the people who take a break or who take a period off from work. Now, this break can be anything between 2 months to 2 years, okay? So many people do go on a sabbatical either because they are a little sick, okay? So maybe they need a period of rest, or probably they want to study, maybe higher studies, or they want to do a lot of research. So there are many people who apply for sabbatical. There are different sabbatical policies depending on the company that you work for. So sabbatical is nothing but a break from work, either for rest or for studies or for some research purpose. Okay, so that's sabbatical. And then the last one is timesheet. Now, most of the companies do follow a timesheet. Well, basically, it's a record of the number of hours that an employee puts in. So probably if you are an employee of a company who do have a timesheet, so basically you enter the number of hours that you work for, okay, and then it's kind of calculated by the end of the month, okay, or in many countries it's also calculated by the end of the week, okay, so that's a timesheet. So these are the common phrases or the common words that are used to talk about work time or work hours. So hope this lesson is helpful to you. I'll be back with a new lesson soon. Till then, you take care.